Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. This video is about Madison Prewett. As you know, she's a friend of the program over here, one of our favorites in Bachelor Nation. And we are here to talk about her latest article. It's called Bachelor's Madison Prewett Reveals the Biggest Misconceptions About Her After the Show. We'll play that quick clip for you. Tongue-tied here. And then we will also play or tell you guys about Peter Weber's response to that, and we'll get right into it. And I know what you're saying, Dave. It feels like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Be reduced to using things or people of the poorest quality because there is nothing else available. Let me tell you guys something, all right? Let me tell you something. I do my best work when I scrape the bottom of the barrel, okay? I do my best work when there's no news to talk about. I'm like a magician without anything up my sleeve. I'm like, what's... Oh, boy. Madison Prewett? All right, that'll do. Let's talk about it. All right, folks? So just hang in there. Do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button an odd number of times. And if you guys don't mind, I'm about to hit 50,000 subscribers. We'll get there sooner than later. I'm going to open this package a little bit... every day. There it is. That's what you get today. There's on the pipeline. What's in the package? I'll let you know when we get to 50,000 subscribers. And in the meantime, boy, I'm on my second cup of coffee this morning. Let me tell you something. We're going to get right through it. All right, so let's play the clip for you guys. And it is not without boatloads of advertisements. I mean, gosh, McCafe, Peppermint Mocha. These aren't sponsors, folks. They're just taking over my computer. Why don't you get ad blockers? I do, Samantha. Okay, they're smarter than that. All right, it's a war we have going on. All right, let's play the clip. It's 5 minutes long. I don't know if I can play the full thing, not because of technological or licensing reasons, but because of my own personal health. If I play the full thing, it might destroy part of my soul, only because, you know, it's a 5-minute clip. I will share it for you, but yeah, we're at the bottom of the barrel, okay? We're waiting for big news. Maybe Becca Kufrin gets engaged. Maybe Rachel Kirkconnell and Matt James get engaged. Maybe they get knocked up. What do we know? Who do we know? You know what I mean? We're hanging out. We're waiting. Send me your info. It feels like that part of the documentary. You ever see a documentary about like the great landscapes of like, you know, the African Serengeti, and it's like an extra long drought, and then you've got this skinny water buffalo, you know, hanging out in a mud puddle, and then the elephants are like looking for water, and then all the cheetahs are like, you know, everyone's emaciated and they can't find any resources. That's how I feel when there's no content on Bachelor Nation, okay? But anyway, let's fuel up. Who needs a water buffalo and who needs a water source when you got your third cup of coffee of the day? All right, here we go. Let's play this thing. You guys have waited long enough.
I'm trying to think of how I can answer this without getting in trouble.
In the book, you mentioned the lost luggage, which was fascinating to me. Did they makeup or how did that end when you had no luggage for 2 days?
No, so we
no luggage, but she brings plenty of baggage. I'm kidding, folks. Come on, these are jokes. By the way, great lighting, bad audio.
The funny part is that we were just in our same clothes for like 2 days. So it was funny because when Peter showed up and we were doing some filming, we all smelled so bad. And like we were not cute. I mean, you know, we got some things together, and thankfully people went to the store and we got some soaps that we were taken care of for sure. But we didn't have like our clothes and like our own like makeup and things like that because our luggage got lost. So it was a wild 2 days. Imagine if
they're like, all right.
Speaking of clothes,
pause it.
You know, you're a sneaker girl. You wore sneakers on the show for rose ceremonies and stuff.
Lose my mind. All right, you know what? It's taken over. The ads. What can you do? Look at these ads. It's blowing up my computer here. I got a new computer. It's coming in 5 weeks. All right. I literally can't pause it. Is this Christ compelling the thing to never stop? I'm hitting the pause button. There it is. It would be really funny, though, if they were like, and again, come on, guys, I don't hate Madison, and we're just healthy ribbing, right? This is save it for, you know, whatever. But it would be funny if the producers were like, all right, since we lost your luggage and we lost your bags, you're allowed to purchase one item from the store. And she's like, well, I could really use a new pair of underwear, or I could get some more eyeliner. And she's like, let's go with the eyeliner. Or what is it called? What are you ladies putting on there? How do you take that off at the end of the night? I just imagine it being. It looks like you're doing the the freestyle swim in a oil spill. You know, she's over there at the spill of Valdez. Is that what it's called? What's she's in the sponsored by the BP oil spill. I'm not. There's nothing against her. It's just a lot of it's ladies in general. It's a lot of, the pillow. What does the pillow look like the next day? Just smears of, you know what I mean? You just like, it looks like it almost like you threw your pillow at a NASCAR event and someone just ran over it. I don't know. Are we onto something? I don't know. Is this my melting point?
Wear
maybe
whatever you want to wear. I wore sneakers the very first night, and I'm very glad that I made that move because it was a long night. So I'm glad that I chose the sneaker route. All the girls were jealous. They were like, dang it, we should have done that. We should have made that call. I was like, yeah, I'm smart in this moment.
Any packing, fashion, or beauty regrets after, it's hard to feel the pressure and then watch yourself back on television on, anything you chose to wear or makeup or silly stuff like that?
Honestly, I was so proud. Like my jumpsuit game was a 10 out of 10 for the rose ceremonies, and I got labeled as like the jumpsuit girl, which I was so down for because I love a good jumpsuit moment. So I loved all of my cocktail and rose ceremony moments. I did out of clothes. Thankfully, we had some, time to grab a couple of things.
I just have a question for you guys, and I'm not judging. I'm being very careful here not to judge. Do women, are her eyebrows filled in, or are they that solid? Because they look very solid there. And I'm only asking because, I'm growing my mustache, and it's sometimes with the mustache, if it's not grown in all the way, you'll put some eyeliner on it just to darken the blonde spots. And I think that's okay. I'm not judging her whatsoever, if she needs a little bit of touch-up. Because it looks like a Sharpie to me. Again, it looks great. Everything looks nice. Good lighting.
Things along the way as we were traveling, but I did run out of clothes. Of course, you don't know how long you're going to be there, and so you just pack and hope that you have enough clothes while you're there. Yeah, but yeah, I did run out, and thankfully got some along the way. But other than that, no. I mean, I think it was a good little time. Packed a lot of Lululemon, had a lot of lounging around, and then my jumpsuits. My jumpsuits were my favorite part.
I love that. In the book, you also mentioned an unaired moment about eating a fish heart. Peter, were there any other moments or things that come to mind that you wish with Peter or with the girls that was shown?
I'm trying to think of how I can answer this without getting in trouble. I think that for me, I can genuinely say, because people actually ask me all the time, like, do you feel like you were aired in your truest way and in a fair way? And I can honestly say yes. Like, I do feel like, my personality, my heart was shown. There is a part of my personality that a lot of people didn't fully get to see. And maybe I just didn't let it out enough, because it's so funny. Everyone, when they meet me,
I really like her voice.
They think that they think I'm taller than I am. So when they meet me, I always get told, you're person I thought. And then two, people, I know, I'm like, what? And then two, people always tell me they thought I would be like shy and more quiet and just like a sweet little girl from Alabama. And I am loud, I'm passionate, I'm competitive. And I feel like a lot of people didn't get to see that side of me as much, which is totally fine. But other than that, I honestly feel like everyone got to really see my heart and really got to see, what I'm about, and I'm very grateful for that. As far as other moments, I feel like for the most part, everything was, there was a good bit. I was off of 3 episodes because I the first one-on-one, and then I wasn't on the next couple of dates. So I was straight chilling for a few weeks. But yeah, I feel like for the most part, everything was good with that.
You also mentioned group dates, getting a little competitive, playing football and all that. So last regrets about getting competitive on group dates, or any group date regrets at all?
No, because I'm again, I was nothing but myself that entire experience. I try to be like that in everything that I do with my life, but it's fully me. I didn't change myself for anything or anyone. Good. And that is something that, I want to help a lot of, because I know a lot of people do feel that need and that pressure to change themselves for someone or for something, to be loved, to be accepted, to fit in. And that's what I really want to encourage so many people, is actually no, you were created the way that you are for a reason, and that's beautiful. And you should embrace that fully, no matter what environment you're in, no matter what pressures you feel. And so I can honestly say throughout that entire experience, I was 100% myself.
All right, there it is, folks. Yeah, I agree with Madison over here. don't change who you are for anybody else. Which includes if you get, offered a purity contract at the age of 12 or 13, don't sign it. Don't sign that for someone else. Don't decide to wait till, you have sex until marriage for anyone else. Do it for yourself. If you want to wait till marriage, do it for yourself. But don't do it to make your dad happy so he can be like, that's my daughter. Isn't she pure? It's kind of weird, Dad, don't you think? Do it for yourself. Do what you want for yourself. Totally get it. Which I think it's like if you want to wear shorts to school and there's a dress code, I say wear them. Start a revolution. Don't put on an extra sweatshirt. Be yourself. Who cares if the boys need to, you know what I mean? Well, you're going to rally up the boys. Who cares? I know I went off on a rant there. Someone's going to get upset. Do it for yourself, whatever makes you happy and it's not hurting other people. And let's go to what Peter said. Sort of like, by the way, I think I burned my fingers. It smells like I burned the nail on my finger. All right. Trying to make something, you know what I mean? Trying to make some interesting content over here. Not easy, folks. All right, let's get into it. So here's what Peter's response was. Not to her per se, but this is what he said in Cosmo, which of course is kind of like, his way of saying, I'm going to comment without commenting. I don't know what's going on in his mind. I do know we were on great terms when we split, and I've wanted nothing but the best for him. This is what Madison said. I hope that if he were to read it, that he would feel encouraged by the message. I don't speak a negative thing about him or even his family, even in the moments where I felt attacked. What she's saying is, I don't even talk trash about his mom, and I should. And you know what, Madison? You should. You should totally talk trash about Peter's mom. She kind of threw you under the bus on national TV. But good for you for having the grace to be the bigger person. What's on Peter's mind is a very, very honest assessment of his and Maddie's tumultuous relationship. Brief recap. They broke up during Fantasy Suites week when Peter revealed that he'd already been intimate with both of the other two finalists, which was a deal breaker for Madison, who was saving herself for marriage, got back together during the season's finale, and Peter ended his engagement with official winner Hannah Ann Sluss, and then broke up again not long after the show. It was literally the most trying and most difficult experience I've ever been through, he said of his romance with Madison per E! Online. As much respect for her as I have and think so highly of her, I definitely see there were differences between the two of us that probably weren't going to allow a meaningful long-term relationship to flourish. Nothing against either one of us, it's just who we are. It is what it is. Oh boy, I hate it when they say it is what it is. When asked if things might have gone differently for their romance if Maddie had been the first fantasy suite date instead of the third, both said there's a good chance it would have changed things in the short run, but agreed that they don't regret their split. Yeah, that's like saying, hey, do you want to be at the end of the Human Centipede? And you're like, no. Well, what do you want to be in the front of the Human Centipede? And you're like, well, no. I mean, maybe that would help out on the short term, but no, I don't want to be. And that's exactly what the fantasy suite can be, a human centipede. And if you aren't familiar with the term human centipede, it is what you think it is, okay? I do think there probably would have been a little bit of a difference had I had the first date, but at the same time, that's a toss-up game. We don't really know, Madison said. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and it all happened the way that it was supposed to. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I need to get a t-shirt made so this is, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Well, at the end of the day, it is what you make of it. Don't settle for anything that's other than what it is. How about them apples? All right, well, here we are. I probably offended somebody. I probably made a bunch of you laugh in the end. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But how about this? I love it when I make content and I'm not prepared because I like to shoot. I like to shoot from the hip, What does that even mean? I guess that, shoot from the hip. I like to shoot from the mouth, And anyway, I love this. This was presented to me because obviously we had a beef with the Christians this week, and again, don't consider myself an atheist or agnostic. I don't know what I consider myself. I drink because I was raised Catholic. You know what I mean? We drank when we were raised Catholic. Alcoholism, Irish Catholic. All right, so Ecclesiastes 7:9 was sent to me, and so if any of this video offended you, just remember, extortion turns a wise person into a fool and a bribe corrupts the heart. The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride. Do not be quickly provoked in your spirit, for anger resides in the lap of fools. Do not get offended because it is what it is. And at the end of the day, that's all it could ever be. All right, folks, there it is. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. More stuff coming your way as I scrape the bottom of the barrel. All right, folks, talk to you later. Bye.